Hello and welcome to Star Trek Online. I'm Corina Clarice. Some of you might remember my old channel, which I unfortunately lost. So we are rebooting the series now that I have a little bit of time. I may not record as regularly as I used to. Um, so we're going to completely restart the Star Trek series with Star Trek Online. And I may throw in some other games now that I am able to record again now and then. A lot has happened in the last 5 years since I stopped recording on my old channel. Um, I lost my account to stupid Google, bunch of shenanigans with swapping Google email accounts. I couldn't retrieve my password and I still can't, so that's why I'm here with a new channel with a similar name. Uh, I've also started a family. A lot of life changes have happened. Uh, and as you can probably hear, I'm also recovering from a virus. So hopefully that won't be too much of an interference today. Okay, as you can see, we're on our Choose Faction screen. This is the first screen you will encounter when you create your first character. I'm going to run us through a quick, and I mean quick tutorial. I am not doing something massive like I did with my first videos on my old channel. If you want a larger explanation, a larger tutorial, then I would suggest going to my old channel first. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Let's just start off with basic Starfleet because that is where almost everyone is going to start off. That is honestly the best starter faction. Uh, Klingon Defense Force is a little harder because you have to deal with a lot more melee. They kind of force you into it a little. And that's not for everyone. So if you're good at melee and you want melee, that's where you want to go. Um, Discovery, I mean, it's pretty much Starfleet again, different opening, all that. But again, it's not for everyone, just the styling of it. You're basically Starfleet, but it's just not everyone likes Discovery. Dominion, I mean, I guess it's okay if you want to start with Dominion. Um, if you start with Dominion, you do not start at level 1, you start at level, I think, 50. And that's a little... It gives you a bit too much of an advantage and doesn't actually give you a chance to learn all of the mechanics of the starships and such and get up there organically. So it's a little cheaty is what I'm saying. It's a little cheaty. TOS Starfleet, or for those of you that are playing this game and don't know what TOS is, it's the original series. This is again Starfleet. However, you start in Captain Kirk's time from the original series, and it feels very campy, but it's like the fun, good campy, you know. Romulan Republic, I would advise before Klingon Defense Force, just because Romulan Republic, it has an excellent story, and I mean excellent. But it also does not force you into melee, so it's an okay starter. It's an okay starter, but Starfleet is absolutely what I would recommend as your starter faction. Next, okay, next you get to choose your species and your gender. I always go female just because, well, it makes sense to me. I do have some male roleplay characters, but mostly I play females. There's humans, Andorians, Bajorans, Benzites, Betazoids, Bolians. Cations are paid for, Cardassians are paid for, joined trills are paid for. Liberated Borg human has limited options unless you pay for it. Talaxian is paid for, the rest are not. Um, and with our last tutorial, I went with alien. I think this time I've never really played a Bajoran. So I'm gonna grab a Bajoran. Now, these careers actually do have some mechanics to them that you're going to want to know about. We have engineering officer, which basically you end up with lots of turrets and drones and stuff like that to help you fight. Uh, Basically, this is your companion officer that you also occasionally make big booms with. Science officer used to be the healer, but now you can pretty much play as a tactical officer while on a science officer. But there are still uh, science-specific traits that you can do that the other two cannot. Typically, they're the healer. Typically, they're mediocre to play. That being said, most of my characters that I play as are science officers because I mostly roleplay and I admit I am most comfortable in the role of a physician on Star Trek. uh, so I make a lot of doctors. Tactical officer, this is basically your DPS. So if engineering is your tank, tactical is your DPS. Um, so they are support, essentially. Uh, So if you have like a proper team, if you structure your team properly for TFOs and stuff like that, you have your tank, support officers for the tank, healers for the tank, and the support officers. So that's how that looks. Um, for starting, this is just it's pretty hard to form a healer. Uh, DPS, it's relatively easy-ish. And engineering is, I mean, honestly, tanks are pretty easy to build. You just get a lot of stuff that goes boom. There are descriptions over here that I'm not going to read through. We're just going to do an engineering officer because I feel like that's going to be easiest today. It is going to take a moment. It's going to lag a little bit. There we go. Remember that this game is almost oh, how old is it now? I think it's almost 15, 16 years old now. I've been playing since just after launch, so it is what it is. You have presets here, which we could use. A lot of people just use the presets for if they're just, creating a generic character, not going into role play, uh, or if they're just trying to speed through and just, do whatever. Um, I am going to show you, you have advanced options though. So head, you have your hair, you have coloring for your skin, eyes, hair, and then in advanced, you can do humanoid, you can do Bajoran, like you can do what category of head you want. This is going to be locked, since we chose Bajoran, this is going to be locked to humanoid. Head type Bajoran 6, you can choose a different head type if you want. For me, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be using some scalars later. Scalars are not modding, by the way. You can choose skin type. This is going to be locked to skin, since, you know, it's skin. I'm going to choose the palest option. Makeup, there's different choices of makeup. I'm just going to stick with makeup all too. I'm not going to like finagle too much. I'm just going to make it a little more visible, or at least a little more, not visible, but more tasteful in my eyes. Base complexion, nose detail. You can choose different creased bridges. I'm pretty okay with this one. You can scale the intensity, make her look almost human, increase it. I'm going to increase it. I like it at cat so that it's really visible. You can tell she's a Bajoran. You can choose tattoos, scars, stuff like that. I'm not going to do that just because. Eyes, you can choose different humanoid eyes. If you go into the alien, uh, like if you create an alien instead of one of the other species, you have other eye options. But humanoid is, because we chose a Bajoran, that's going to be locked to humanoid, but there's different styles of humanoid. So I'm just going to lighten that up. We don't want bloodshot eyes. I tend to like green eyes. That's just kind of the person I am. Let's do a good, almost forest green. I like that. Ears, we're going to be pretty much locked to humanoid. Humanoid skin, eyebrows. You can choose whatever you want. I'm okay with the medium here. I am, however, going to change the color, and I'm going to do something goofy because I like unique. Let's do blue. Yeah, you can pretty much choose a bunch of different stuff. Earring attachments, I'm fine with the Jupiter. It kind of looks like Kira's. I'm fine with the colors. Hairstyle. I mean, I'm fine with the short bob. I'm just gonna, again, change the color to blue. You can adjust the hair shininess. We don't need it extra shiny. We just need it about there. Head coverings, I'm not going to choose any, but you can choose different like hats and stuff, different mouth accessories, assuming you have them unlocked. And then head, here's the scaling that I was talking about. So I'm not going to maximize her head at all. I am going to fiddle with these presets a little. Eye scaling options you can do as well. Um, I have a little bit of a habit of almost making my characters look like dolls. I'm gonna warn you right now. She's not an angry Bajoran. We don't need her to have her brow too furrowed. Nose width. That is turned a little further up than I like. Nose length. We don't need it up that high. Nose position just kind of dictates where the nostrils land. Nose protrusion. Nostril size. You can make them big or small. I like right around here. Nose bridge position takes the nose bridge up and down. I'll put it about there. Nose bridge width, they have that way up. Let's just give her a little Bajoran nose. There we go. Nostril position. Nose bridge protrusion. I like making kind of an aquiline nose, so that's actually pretty okay. Mouth width. Mouth position. Just move that down a little. Lip fullness. Yeah. Mouth protrusion, down, mouth corner position. I like to make them smile. Give them a bit of a smile. Jaw width. I like slightly wider jaws. Jaw height. Move it up a little. Narrow the chin a little and go like that. And there we go. Body is mostly, again, scalars. She can have a slightly shorter neck. Do. Shoulder bulk. And when you scale some of these, it sometimes adjusts how much it affects other things. Okay. So like, watch this. I have my bust all the way up so it's visible to me. But watch, I'll adjust the torso bulk. Take that down and it kind of adjusts how things look. So, and ribs also adjust when you look this way. It pops things out a little. Ribs height. Oh, they have the rib. Oh, that's why that's okay. I'm just gonna go like this and go like that. That looks a little better. That's normally how I like it. Okay, and waist size, I tend to turn mine all the way down just because I make skinny minis. And I do the same for stomach size. That's just personal preference. Hip size. Some people turn it all the way up, and it's ridiculous. I really like hip depth. Some people will turn, all of the bulks down and turn all of the lengths up, and then just turn these two up and turn hip size up and chest size, and it makes their characters look absolutely ridiculous. Arm length, make slightly longer arms, give them a little more bulk, a little more definition. Hand size, I don't really mess with the hand size too much just because I once did that on another character and totally messed up the hands and made them look completely ridiculous. Like they had pretty much itty bitty palms and really long fingers. So, yeah, I don't really mess with the hands too much. Leg length, I will absolutely mess with because I actually like making tall characters, and funny enough, when you adjust all of these, we'll get to height later, but when you adjust all of these, you can make your characters extra tall. Um, I might have just a little bit of a height problem. Feet height. You don't want to mess with feet height too much because otherwise it'll just take you up like that and it'll look kind of unnatural, and I don't like that. So I generally keep it down around here just because that looks a little more natural. Her foot is sinking into the floor a little there. Never noticed that before. Uniform. A lot of people enjoy uh, fidgeting with their uniform. I'm not necessarily going to because, again, I just want to get through this, but I will show you that there are options once it loads in, assuming it loads in. May take a minute. There we go. See, there's categories, uppers, lots of choices. So yeah, there's lots of things you can unlock and stuff. So next you choose a name. I'm just gonna Nation, Um, Trin. That sounds okay. We're gonna choose a different surname, though. I don't want to run around with a name that sounds like you're choosing to take a crap. Trin. You know what? Let's do. Yeah. USS Bremen. I don't care with the name of the ship because we're not going to be stuck with that ship for very long. Hit engage. Do. Okay. We will play the tutorial so you can see it.
After I left Starfleet, I made it my life's work to reunite the Romulans with their Vulcan brothers. For many years, I lived among them and waged a campaign of peace. Lived long, and 21 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went to the Romulan homeworld. I failed. The planets Romulus and Remus were destroyed. Countless billions were killed. My home, my friends, my life, all are memories. Time does not stop for one man, and neither does history. The chaos in Romulan space gave the Klingon Empire an opportunity to expand its territory. Jimpak, the Chancellor of the High Council, traded diplomacy for the tip of a blade. Only in battle, Jimpak says, is a Klingon truly Klingon. The Federation did its utmost to preserve its alliance with the Klingons, but war was inevitable. Romulans want revenge for their lost world. The Dominion is rebuilding its forces. Now the Borg have reappeared, and the Alpha Quadrant balances on the edge of ruin. The fate of the galaxy rests in your hands.
Welcome to Star Trek Online.
Now that has been there for a very long time, that opening.
Will be embarking on your training cruise, where the bulk of the ship is manned by cadets like
And I
yourself.
hope that they never change it or get rid of it, because honestly, that would do a huge disservice to Leonard Nimoy. May he rest in peace. It's a very old opening, as you probably could tell, because it had the website afterwards. You can no longer access the game through that website. I have checked. And this feels like a good place to leave off for today. It looks like they're doing maintenance in about 10 minutes, so I will work on editing this video. I hope it finds you all well. Have a very, very good day. I'll see you when I record another one.